That's a great question. Dude, it could be your flesh nature. It could be your temperament, your blood flow. Like why it's there, nobody knows. That's like a mystery of God. God said you won't know. Like, yeah, this is a mystery of the kingdom. Like God knows all, you don't, and you ain't gonna know everything. Like why some people like red. I don't know. No. Why some people like yellow or green? So it's innate. It's inside you. Where did it come from? But now you asked a good question. David, where did it come from? Listen, some things are in your. Everybody say your nature. Everybody say nature. How you were put together, or your nurture. How you were raised. Now, why do African American babies come out liking sports? Or is it a learned behavior? It's a learned behavior. So that's where your nurture comes in. What you were seeing, what you were exposed to, those are the types of things that affect your nurture. It affects your worldview, your schema, based on what you've seen, what you were exposed to. Now, why are we not pushing it in science? Why are we not pushing it in business ownership? Family, togetherness, unity, alignment, joint vision. Slavery did that. What we were exposed to. And now a few years later, 300, 400 years later, we're still practicing the same culture. So now we're talking about people. Great question again. Where did that come from? Everybody say based on your nature. What my parents gave to me. My DNA. Wake up, Kayla. And based on my nurture. What I was exposed to. My culture. The thing that was taught to me as being right. So now, motivation. Sit up. Get your head off the table. If there's a video game, you'd be up and alert. You're probably thinking about that game, I'm sure. Now, listen. Guys, if you don't get this, you are wasting your time. Motivation. I can't self-motivate. I can focus and then make a choice. Listen, I can die right here if I'm hungry. I can want to be hungry. I can want to eat. I can be famished, starving, and I know that I only have a few days to get some food in me. Otherwise, I'm going to lay right here and just pass away. I can be motivated to get up and eat. That don't mean I have to do it. So now, the motivation's already in me. So now this is where that self-motivation you were talking about, like, man, get up. Like, the motivation's already there. You don't have to pump yourself up to get moving. You just have to make a darn decision. Like, I want to be a great athlete. You already got that in you. I want to be a great... Now, do you go out and do the extra stuff? Learning the game, the rules, the trades, the tricks, like building myself up. Being on the cutting edge of new technique. Am I creative to create and find my own somato type, my own body type's advantages? If I'm short and I'm thick and I'm strong, well, I ain't going to have to... I'm going to try to improve my foot speed and my quickness and all that stuff. But I already got a body type that has advantages. I can be physical with you. I'm a power player. I find my edge. Motivation. It's already in you. So to say self-motivation, that means you just making a decision. because you already want to be a thing. Inspiration. That's outside of you. So to say, man, she don't motivate me. Well, nobody can motivate you. Your teachers can't motivate you. Either you want to be a great student or you don't want to be. You want to be successful academically, intellectually, or you don't want to be. That's already within you. And that's why I got to make sure I analyze schools, make sure I'm putting my kids in the right environment, because I refuse to put my kids in a school where kids are not motivated. Their parents did a terrible job of inspiring them to want to be somebody. People who's motivated to be something, well, they go get it. Otherwise, they may be more motivated to chill or have fun. They're motivated to have fun. They come to school more motivated to have fun than achieve. The difference between motivation and inspiration. You have to come with a motivation to want to be something. And then when you come through those doors, I can expose you to say, okay, now we're working on agility, speed, power, reaction time, coordination, balance, the 6 skills. Now I can say, okay, we're working on toe tap today. All right. So foot fire, dot drill. I can show it to you and I can say, okay, this is but your motivation to get quicker feet, you came with that. I'm just inspiring you to say, okay, 30 seconds, 29, 28, 27, 26. I'm giving inspiration for you to work harder, but you came with the motivation. So guys, y'all were using motivation and inspiration like simultaneously, saying it's like the same thing. No, it's not. And dictionaries are going to say it, and it's going to use the two as synonyms and make it look like it's the same. Guys, I'm about to sit down, then I'm going to let you talk this thing through. Because this is so major that if this kind of understanding don't become your own, then you're going to still be running circles around motivation and inspiration, and you're going to be blaming other people for why you weren't successful, and then you're going to be giving too much credit to people for why you are successful. I'm your coach, but you were motivated already. Several of the kids who I coached that played pro ball, they came with motivation. Their parents didn't know football like that, but their parents did a great job of making their kids want to be somebody and help them shape their desire. They wanted to be great football players already. We just helped show them how to get there. Of course. All right. So that's it. Now we're about to give y'all a minute to just talk through this thing. Motivation. That's already in you. Either you got it or you don't in a thing. But everybody's motivated to something. Even an old senior citizen who's like 99 years old and they so sickly and they're like, you know what? I've lived my time on earth. I'm good. Just Lord, take me now. Well, they are motivated not to do all the things like, baby, grandpa, eat your applesauce. Or, eat this. We got to take you to the doctor. They like, you know what? No, I'm good. To just enter into the presence of God. Like, man, that's why people, they ask you on your driver's license, do you want to be resuscitated? If you go out, do you want to be hooked up and put on a ventilator or trying to wake you up and shock you? And people like, nah. If I go there into that state, just let me go on in. You got that? Not on your driver's license, that's donor stuff. All right? So now, I'm a donor, of course. So now the point, guys, motivated in you. Inspiration is outside of you. That's what people do. Got it? So in this, to cause someone to behave, your motivation within you, it causes you. That someone, it ain't saying someone causes someone to. No, it's saying whatever that thing in you, it calls you. Everybody is that someone. to behave in a particular way. It's inside of you. Inspired to make someone feel that they can. Feelings, that's outside. Like, that's outside of you. Like me inspiring you to want to, do this work today. Yeah, I showed you it, but you already had motivation, and now you're going to go and run and do your best. All right, so that's it. What y'all got to say on the motivation, the differences now? Who has something to say on it? The difference between that if you have a new understanding or if you don't, if you want to argue it, what? Talk to me. Xavier, your hands up. What? Talk loud too.
So when people say somebody had motivated them, does that mean they just didn't know the difference?
It's fine.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So that's just a misuse of the word. That's misuse of the word.
Right.
They need somebody inspired.
So what should you do when they say that? Say it next.
Say like, nah, they inspired you. Because the motivation always, but they inspired you to do it.
See, and that's where you're teaching, like you're becoming a leader. You're helping your brother. You're helping your sister just understand. Like people say, conversate. Cindy had to tell me, conversation's not a word. And I'm like, yes, it is. And she's like, no, it's not. And then I did the research, and it was like, I didn't find conversate anywhere. Okay, I was converse. That's how you say it. We were conversing, not we were conversating. So I was like, well, thanks, Cindy. I appreciate it. Now I try to tell others like conversation's not a word. So that's your job. Okay, what else? Anybody? What else you think on examples?